All right, welcome back to our next episode of Uncoiled with Madeline Lenore. I'm your host, and I'm here with Ashley Klemm, my longtime friend and international boudoir photographer.
Thank you.
And we're here in Algonquin.
Algonquin.
We're outside of Chicago, and it's so cold here. But you know what? We've been taking steamy and hot photos to warm up.
To keep warm.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So I was supposed to be here like around your birthday.
I just turned the big 39, my last year in the dirty 30s. So
how do you feel being 39 now?
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I actually had a great run in my 30s, and I hear it just keeps getting better. The 20s, not so much. But I don't want to leave the 30s. I was very comfortable.
I like my 30s. I'm 33, and I feel like...
Yeah, you're just getting started. You're a baby.
I'm just getting started, but also it's just one of those things where I feel like I've got this, like, more smarts than I had in my 20s, and, like, more of a grasp on who I am as a woman, like, what I want to give to the world. I don't know, just I feel like I'm more of a human, or I more understand who I am as a person.
Yeah, and every year it'll just keep getting better, and your boundaries will get stronger, and who you are as a person. By the time you're 39, you'll be a whole different Madeline Lenore.
I guess so. I wonder what I'm going to be like. I wonder if I'll have kids and stuff.
You'll be grand. Whatever, you'll be grand.
I'm sure. Yeah, like we've known each other for how long? Like a million years?
We were talking about this yesterday. At least 6, maybe 7 years.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I get to move out of this state in 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the mark.
I think that it's crazy how fast time goes when you're having fun.
Yeah.
But over the past few years of just knowing you and being inspired by you, you believed in me like a lot in the beginning, just of my photography career, and
absolutely.
Like doing everything that I did in Mexico and still do in Mexico. And you were like 100% behind me. You were like, why are you not charging more? Like, why are you not?
Yeah, I definitely put some pressure on your business plan a little bit, and I said, whoa, I would have paid quadruple what you just charged me. And it's really hard to believe in yourself sometimes, but it needs to start with you. But it's good to have that person like push you, because I definitely had people do the same for me in my path. They're like, you need to be charging more. And knowing your worth with any kind of business, it doesn't even have to be photography. It could be, baking or event planning or coaching, life coaching. You provide a service. That service costs money, costs time, and the clients that take advantage of that time are not your clients.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that a lot of people are afraid of. It's just especially like when you're getting started and you're wondering like how much to charge or what to do. Every single person runs into that same problem, right? And I think it's just one of those things where it's once you realize that you have enough of a grasp on your art that people are going to pay for it, it's so imperative to understand your CODB and recognize
cost of doing business.
Yeah. Just because I know we both run into a lot of people who start out in photography and then they just charge $50 because they're like, oh yeah, I haven't been doing it that long. I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't feel comfortable charging that. But
so then you just charge nothing. You get your portfolio, you follow, you mentor, you do the time, you pay the piper, and then you hit the force running, because at that point you're not taking down the other businesses and the Walmarts and the Targets and the Nordstroms and things like that. Like, you can't drive the price down. And other people probably have a totally different opinion on this, but you don't shit where you eat, and you look up to people who are in that field, so don't shit on them. Just do your due diligence and take your time, learn the craft and all that stuff. Do your market research and make sure at least you come in around the same target market price as normal people in business paying taxes who have an established business, who have a storefront or not. You don't have to in this business, but
yeah,
you know,
I think it's so important just because like when you're entering the industry, it's have respect for those that have been doing it the correct way or are paying taxes, didn't just pick up a camera and decide to start charging, which, I mean, we both mentor people at this point. And one of the things that I see with my new photographers is just like they're not confident in their work enough to charge for it at all, even though honestly one of my girls, she's so talented. I'm like, why are you not charging? What's wrong with you? And she's just, people just don't, they have this imposter syndrome, and I think we all get that so much.
I definitely, even I'm at the teaching level and everybody else believed in me, and I was a sponsored instructor, and I totally had imposter syndrome. Like, why do they want to learn from me? And why would they listen to me? Things like that. 100%. I have had it over and over. What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't talk correctly? What if I like shit out the mouth? I say, you know, all those things. I'm still a normal person, but you know, when I got there, I'm like, they wanted me to be here. They voted for me, and I'm here. I'm here to teach something, and this is also a learning experience for me, because there's other people who are on a higher journey. They've done tons of instructor or conferences and things like that and seminars, and I'm just beginning. So I'm at that level, and I'm going to be learning more. It never stops. You never stop learning. You never stop growing, and you just got to be respectful. And it's art too.
It is. I always say that it's, I guess, a very controversial thing, but I always say if you're an artist, you're born with it, right? It's very hard. I don't recommend going to art school. I recommend going to business school and learning how to sell your art over anything. Do you agree or disagree?
I think business classes, a business degree wouldn't hurt in any aspect, but I definitely didn't go to... I have a degree. I have a bachelor's. I never took a art class in high school.
Me neither.
I never took photography, painting, drawing, nothing.
Me neither.
None of the electives. There was nothing, and it just...
We didn't have it. Like, we didn't have it.
I definitely did. And in college, I took one film developing class, but it wasn't... It was not anything like this. You're not knowing what you're shooting with the digital era and things like that. I didn't know shutter speed or ISO, things like that.
Yeah, everything I did was self-taught for sure. I have a bachelor's as well, and I think the only photography that I got to do was like when I was working for the paper, and I got to shoot in college for the paper, or the same thing in high school. I was like my yearbook editor, and so I got to take photos and edit and stuff, but it wasn't one of those things where that helped a lot, but it wasn't one of those things where someone like literally sat down and broke down the exposure triangle to me and told me like, hey, this is how to shoot.
I think what helped me, believe it or not, was bartending.
Really?
Yeah, it gave me social skills that I needed, and I could pretty much talk to anybody that comes up to me. I just felt very social, and it gave me... Before, I used to get really nervous when a family would come in the session. I'd be like, okay, how am I going to talk to them? But now I could do it in my sleep. Literally, they come in because I know I don't shoot families anymore. But when I did, I was just always really nervous. But with practice, just having those people skills or making other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Because you think about it, we all get vulnerable like when we're being shot, even if you're accustomed to shooting.
I got vulnerable
yesterday too. We both shot each other.
So we shot each other yesterday. We've been shooting each other all week, but we were working at the computer together yesterday, and I was like, let's like do something just wild. Like you come up with a concept, I come up with a concept. Let's put some random shit together and
I love that.
Just shoot literally right here. And we shot on this couch with my new like little gadget thing I got because I'm a gear whore, and we shot some really dope shit. And I was getting in my head a little bit with what I put together, and I was like, fuck it, let's just go. And there was clothes everywhere, debris everywhere, like a slumber party, but the shit that we got was awesome.
Yeah, no, it really was. And honestly, I feel like with what I've been doing for such a long time, that everything in my system of creation, specifically in Tulum, is on autopilot, which I'm happy with now because I have an awesome team who are doing it, and they're getting the inspiring shots. But I hadn't felt super like inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even yesterday when you were like, oh, let's do this, like I wanted to do it, but I was like, I don't even know if I have it in me because I'm dealing with like grief. I'm still sad. And we can talk about it a little bit, but like my mom died. And it's something that just as a creative, especially even with this podcast, it's been so hard to put my, like to reignite my mojo.
Yeah. You were deflated and you just gotta take time and pick yourself back up. I think using creativity is a huge outlet, whether you're, and no matter what your life experiences are gonna come out in your art.
Yeah,
like
whether you like it.
Yeah, I had a villain era. I have several different eras, and you can tell what era I'm in and was in and things like that. And I'm very colorful now and happy, vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I've always leaned that way, but I think in my marketing and my self-worth and what I do with my clients have shown with how I'm going forward as an artist.
Yeah, everything I've been doing, just like thinking about it, like in the studio and stuff back home, it's all dark. Mm-hmm. I'm sad.
But dark doesn't have to mean that you're sad. It doesn't have to mean that you're depressed.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I'm not...
You're pulling things...
Now I'm back on the Prozac, so it's helped. And I remember to take it, thanks to my friends who are behind me. Shout out. But I feel like I'm getting out of this hole, but it's a process like anything else. But still, like you just said, like I can see, like when my brother died and I went to Iceland, like all of my stuff that I shot that year or that summer was like lonely. There was one of the most beautiful photos that I remember. I'll have to find it. It was this bride with dark black hair on the black beach in Iceland, and it was stunning. And she had a bouquet of flowers, and her flowers were dead. And she was staring off into this foggy abyss. And I'm like, okay, so that is an emotional AF photo. But clearly, like my...
Even your clients, you're attracting certain clients.
Yeah, clearly you can see I'm going through it. Because, I mean, Picasso had a blue era. I think sometimes I can't even tell you how I feel, but you can see how I feel through what I'm producing.
Yeah, for me, it definitely... comes out in my personality and my posts and my marketing, my drive. I guess the things that I've gone through are a little bit different than yours, actually completely different, and mine are more geared towards I was very wronged in so many different ways, but I'm channeling that into positive energy, and I am an advocate for domestic violence. My artwork is going to have a meaning that is building off of trauma and going past it kind of thing. I've taken that and put it into something, put that energy into moving forward. So that's how I have dealt with my shit.
Literally, it's like alchemy. Take it, turn it into something different. I love that. And for my situation, it's been super therapeutic and super helpful, especially like stepping into a studio space where it's like the unfamiliar territory. And just
I remember
being
when
able
you were just like so excited that you got it and you're like, I feel like legit great. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. And you're so supportive, and because I'll be the first to tell you I can do crazy awesome natural light jungle situations, but I'd never experimented with light before. Even when we were in Costa Rica and you had your
camera flash.
Yeah, you did. I'd never used that. Now I do, and I love it. But it's a nice step up. I feel like I'm finally leveling up because I'm able to experiment more and pay more attention to the technicalities of it. And just letting the creativity flow through.
Photography is an art form, right? But it's also the study of light and how you portray it through a camera. And you have to know how to manipulate, or you don't have to, but you should know how to manipulate light and use different resources and stuff. So it only just broadens your spectrum. And I know it's scary and it can be done wrong, or right, even though photography is, you can pick it apart as everything's beautiful in art, but there are techniques that the right and the wrong way, and with modifiers and power and things like that. So it is scary, it's difficult, and sometimes it's hard to grasp too. I'm like, why can't I get it the way I want it to look? And it's also like a chemistry set, like a little bit of ISO, a little bit of shutter speed, take a little bit of that to make your vision come to life. That's the way I look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that just being able to understand the technicalities, like I said, it's making it like I have a new world. I remember when I first got my drone and I was like, oh my God, I can shoot from the sky now. Now I'm like, oh my God,
yeah, I don't work those flying blenders. It gives me anxiety. I have a little one, but it won't hurt anybody, and it just follows me, and I'm like, boop. I think I just can't do the joysticks.
It's just like
I'm not a gamer.
It's just like playing a video game, though.
Yep, see, I'm not a gamer.
Yeah. I'm excited, though, to explore a little bit more within that realm, because I feel like it's a new step, right? And stepping into the studio space and figuring out lighting, and it's been...
I don't think we've shot in any natural light, really, this whole time here.
I don't think so.
I'm going to keep you in that uncomfortable zone.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be shooting in an antique museum.
Oh my gosh.
Antique mall, and there's going to be no window light, so it's all going to be...
That place is so dope.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is for those listening. We went yesterday to this antique mall, and one of the things I love about like us and just what we do is just when we go into a space that's inspiring and exciting and we feel it, like you realize like other people don't feel it like we do. Like it's like they don't see that potential of a beautiful photo shoot like we do, which is so cool because it's like we have these glasses on.
I was like, oh my God, I want to shoot here.
Yeah, and there's all of these like vintage jukeboxes and vintage slot machines, and oh my gosh, like it's gonna be so cool. And they were so nice to us when we asked if we could shoot there.
Oh yeah, and I would have paid them. And literally, she's and we'll even we'll open it up to you when it's closed. I'm like, say less.
Gosh, that's literally
say less. I'm like,
here's on a platter, like you know, like.
And the second I got in the car afterwards, I was like, holy shit,
dude! And as soon as we walked out of that place, I was like,
I got a photography boner. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I'm excited.
I was really excited about that because I think what we're going to be able to be creative in there, and then also
shit that neither of us have.
Same, yeah, like
and we've done some cool ass shit.
We really
You've done cooler shit than me, but
no, I disagree. There. I think that like we both have like our vibe and you could autopilot your sessions the way that I autopilot mine, even though they're both phenomenal and produce really great images. There's always a limit, I think, and like between the two of us, like pushing each other is what makes us grow, and that's why I'm so excited. Like I want to talk a little bit about Nashville, but I think that's the big thing is like realizing that you and I both have this powerful feminine force where we stand for empowering women. And whether it's here in Chicago or in Algonquin, or whether it's in your retreats that you host in Costa Rica, whether it's me in my hometown in Virginia and Appalachia or in Tulum, I think that I love to work with women who are willing to take the step and step into being fearless or pushing their vulnerability and knowing what to do with it.
Yeah.
And alchemizing it.
And letting, even if you're nervous and you book a session, which you will be, it's totally normal, but letting professionals guide you and pretty much taking the rein, because that's what you're paying them for, is to know what to do. Because so many times you're like, I'm not a model. I'm never like, yeah, you're about to be a model. You're about to be in front of my camera. And just letting us take control, because you and I are both very, very bossy in the best way possible, not in a negative light. Like you take control and you tell them exactly what to do from their toes all the way up to their hand and their face. And you and I are also very fast shooters because we're high adrenaline and we get a lot of shit done when we need to for different reasons. Like you're usually out and about where there's a shit ton of fucking people and you're stopping traffic, which is very impressive, by the way, and you get that shit done. And I'm a little bit different because you're working with groups and groups of people or couples, and I'm usually, it's one-on-one with me. But regardless, I do groups, but you do them much faster and better than I do. Not better, but more effectively.
Yeah, I think groups are my jam just because I like being able to get it done and systematic. And
when you're waiting in line at some gorgeous spot and everybody, but you just direct it so well and quickly, and the fact that you can speak the language too is super helpful.
I have such a hard time right now because I don't feel drawn back to Tulum.
I'm really sad about that.
I know, but I don't feel it right now. Like, I wonder, I'm so happy about what we're doing in Nashville and being able to set myself up in Nash and work closer to my family, and then be able to have Tulum as, you know, it's always going to be part of my life. It's never not going to be part of my life. But just for now, just the thought of going there just doesn't give me the same excitement that it once did.
The fact that you have the ability to do that is a gift. It's awesome. It's something that a lot of people don't have, and it's wonderful that you can feel a certain place and still call it home, but then move on and create more things and opportunities for you and just follow your happiness with whatever you have going on. So that's a huge gift that you have.
I think that if I'm not inspired in a place and I'm not happy, like just like you said earlier, it's not going to be good work. I'm not going to give that passion, that spark that I have. Realizing, because my mom died in April and she got really sick in February 2024. And it was one of those things where I was just like, okay, I need to pack up. I don't know if, and something in my spirit, I think this is just speaks heavy to listening to your intuition. My spirit was like, hey, you need to pack up your stuff, put it in a storage unit, and then you'll figure it out. Yeah. And I did. But when I did it, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to be back here for a while. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why, because I didn't know she was going to die. But I was like, I'm just not ready to be back here for a while. I just want to be near my family. I haven't been, because I traveled so much, and I haven't seen my nieces grow up. My grandparents are getting older. It's like I've been literally gone from my hometown for 15 years. And so now I feel like it feels, because I've gone out in the world and I've had the ability to properly set up business in a way that suits my passion, such as like doing these shootouts and doing stuff in Tulum. I feel like a little bit more stable for the first time.
Okay.
Like I don't know exactly what this feels like because I've never really had it, but it feels a little bit more stable just being like near my family.
It's like a little bit of security blanket too.
Because a lot of people don't have families. I literally have a beautiful, loving family that they would do anything for me, and they're so supportive of anything that I do, and they always have been. And I just want to spend some time with them now. I've still got a dad, and my stepmom is pretty dope, honestly. She's so creative and she's awesome. But yeah, I think that having this transition that still allows me to be able to go to places when I feel creative is the goal, and I'm going to push it.
So Nashville.
Yeah. So Nashville's not far from from where I live in Appalachia. That's why I'm excited. I came up with this concept. It's not my concept, but like I thought, what if we shoot in different places and have like mini retreat weekends, right? I don't even remember like how did we get started?
Like you and I together?
For this, yeah.
We just hopped. I think you were trying to just tell me some things that you have going on that you have in the works, and you're like, let's hop on a live or Zoom, and we just started talking, and I said I wanted to travel, and you're like, let's go here. We listed a couple of potentials, and we kept bouncing back and forth, and then finally we just settled with Nashville because that's where you want to head towards, and you also have a lot of connections in that town, and you have the cowboy concierge stuff going on. So you have things that are moving, so this is just going to add to all of that. And between the two of us, we do have a common goal to bring women together, and we're both very well versed in retreats and shootouts. There's definitely strengths there, but doing a shorter trip was more feasible right now. And I'm excited. We're like, let's just do it.
Yeah, I really love groups. Like you said before, like they're my jam, and I just love watching a bunch of women do something that's out of their norm and getting to know one another, because it's like the sense of camaraderie.
When you do groups, do they normally know each other?
If it's a retreat, no.
Okay.
But if it's like a group trip for somebody's birthday, sometimes they just know the birthday girl.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for the most part with the retreats that I've had, it's always been nobody knows each other, or maybe one or two because they've gone on multiple ones. And this, I believe that's how it's going to be for this one. What is great about going on a trip with girls or women is that the sense of not knowing anybody is also very scary and intimidating, but it's also very liberating.
Facts.
And opening yourself up to different personalities, different way of life, and just embracing that and pushing yourself is really awesome. I had one girl who had severe, like crippling social anxiety. And she warned me prior to going across the freaking country, and she just told me, I'm like, oh no, you will be fine, 100%, like we got you. And I just knew that was in the back of her mind, like she's freaking out a little bit. And she did have a moment, like she got there, it was very overwhelming, and she had a little mini anxiety attack, meltdown. She was like, it's not you, it's me. I'm trying to push myself to get better. So she booked it knowing she was going to have these meltdowns, but she wanted to face them and then come out ahead, which was wild because she was in it. And so I listened to her, I gave her the space, but then I was there. I didn't let the other girls know what was going on, but I made sure I kept an eye on her. And she has blossomed so much, even at the very end. So like she's changed so much. So I'm saying so many times. Everybody has their own battles and everybody is different, but coming together as a whole and creating an experience that no one else in this world will ever experience at that moment, at that time, with this group of people at this location, it's priceless.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I think a lot of that comes with when you step into that space of surrendering to the things that scare you, just like the girl that you're talking about, and you and I both have done. It's just surrendering to the things that scare you. That's surrender to let go, to let the magic show up. Because
kind of like a sub and dom.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just you have to surrender in order to see like what good it can come, what good can come out of it. Because unless you surrender, like if you don't surrender, and this is just a concept that I've been thinking about lately, it's like when you don't surrender, you're only restricting the things in your life to your own capacity, whatever you've thought of yourself, everything that's in your own brain and your own mind, everything that you can come up with on your own.
You're just in your safe space.
You're just in that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But until you surrender and release all of that, you don't know what good can come from just saying yes to the things that scare us. And I think specifically with, I can't go up, specifically with the Nashville situation, there's low risk and high reward with this one because it's not out of the country. And I think that's a big thing of why I wanted to keep it there. It's out of comfort zone, but it's also still within it.
And also to make note, retreats and shootouts are a little bit different with certain things. So with a retreat, normally all meals are included. There's more activities. Everything that we're putting together is optional. And we're making sure that if you want to have that chill out time, you're not going to feel like you're missing out on things. If you want to go, you can go. We have an itinerary for those that want to go out and see everything. And then we have things for people that don't want to and just want to enjoy their space and come for the photography aspect of it. And tell a little bit about the photo part.
Yeah. So I could back up a little bit. The Nashville Western Siren Shootout is what we're calling it. I feel like with this concept of the Western Siren Shootouts, it's not just going to be Nashville. There will be other locations where you and I team up together and shoot, whether it's in Joshua Tree or maybe like Palm Springs or just some other different locations that we've talked about. And so, you know, with this particular brand, it's not a full retreat, just like you said. It's a shootout. And shootouts, which is a term in the photography community of where typically we go to a place and you get a bunch of photographers and you shoot. But this is the opposite of that. It's like a bunch of our clients come together that they like working with us, and then we have magic happen.
Yeah. And magic fucking happens.
It always does. It really does. Always. But as far as the photography aspect of it, we've got a lot of different options in Nashville.
Oh my God.
But
so much.
The things that we want to focus on mainly are like what empowers you. What is a location that's going to give you like these beautiful images, and you love working with House of Adora.
Yeah, there's so many awesome spots to rent out, and every Western Siren in Nashville would be different, and you would get a totally different vibe. But the House of Adora, I went and I actually hired another photographer, and I came out to Nashville. And it was the first man I've ever shot with, and I was going completely topless because I wanted to put myself into a vulnerable situation, because I put my clients in vulnerable situations. And I can shoot with women all day long and be topless and not care. But I was like, I really love his work. And shout out to Joel. And he's now in New Mexico. But his style was something that I really thought was just brilliant. And I was like, I want to meet you, and I want you to shoot me, and I want to get vulnerable. And I did. And we went to the House of Adora. So
what is the House of Adora?
It's an Airbnb that you can actually stay in, but they also rent it out hourly for studios or photography productions and things like that. And it's a maximalist house, and it screams. I love it. It just screams my style, screams so many different places to shoot. Like, you can shoot in it 360 degrees and create magic, and none of it would be the same. I love it.
I love it.
Like, the whole kitchen is pink, and the whole bathroom is pink. The other rooms are different colors, but it's really pretty.
I'm excited. That particular part's just going to be boudoir, or is it like anybody can
No,
wear
not
what
necessarily. It's whatever their comfort level is. If you want to shoot more high fashion, totally high fashion. If you want to get naked, if you want to, you can do whatever.
It's your shoot.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think for the other part of it, the lifestyle part, you will be doing some more things that are more than 12 South and just fun content.
So for those that don't know what 12 South is, which I didn't, what is 12?
12 South is just like a little mini neighborhood that is in Nashville, where there's like lots of little girly boutiques and little shops and just different things that Instagrammable locations. Yeah, it's
like wall murals with wings.
No, that's in the Gulch.
Okay,
but
see, I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm sure there's one
it's okay.
there somewhere.
There's some murals there. Somewhere. Yeah, there's like the House of Jeans that's there, and I don't know. It's just like a lot of fun. So ultimately, let's talk about maybe what people can expect once they arrive.
The itinerary.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we're gonna come in on Thursday. It's a free-for-all. Everybody's gonna pick and get acquainted with everybody, say hi, and we have an option of a themed night if they want to go out. Then the next day, is that when we're going to the Gulch, or not the Gulch, the 12th Street?
What day?
The second day.
Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The next day, that's when we'll actually go out on the town and take more lifestyle, Instagrammable, everybody laughing, going shopping.
White Limousine, the dollar place.
Yeah, White Limousine. I've never been there, so tell me about that.
Okay, so the White Limousine it's the rooftop bar of the Graduate Hotel, and the Graduate Hotel line is like a boutique style. They have like different themed hotels in different places, and this one in particular is like the rooftop is like Dolly themed, and that's why it's called White Limousine, because of the song. And it's got like a big Dolly head on the outside. Like, it's all pink, it's all maximalist, it's really beautiful, and it's awesome for taking photos as well. And it's just like, as far as prices, I think when my friend and I went the last time, she got like these champagne Jello shots. I don't drink, but she was trying the Jello shots herself. And they were like these little bitty stars that were like Jello shots. And they were just really cute. We like took pictures of them on her tongue. And
every little detail matters.
Basically, it's just a super cute place. Honestly, everything that we're going to be doing is more Nashville, Broadway, Dolly, just having fun, because Nashville's the best place to have a girls trip, and so I just feel like this is just the best.
And everybody, after we do that portion of the first half of the shoot, everybody can go shopping, eat anything that they want, and then we have a location that we want to go at night. It was at the White Limousine.
At night?
Yeah.
Saturday night we're going to Casa Rosa.
Okay, and that's your birthday.
Yes, my birthday.
That's her birthday.
That's my birthday.
So the next day, that's when we're going to go to House of Adora. Everybody will get an hour to shoot it, 30 minutes with you, 30 minutes with me, and we'll have pretty much a revolving door where everybody has time to get ready, so we're not like overcrowded with people. And we'll have a timeline for that too. So
they're
not going to have 100 eyes on them, and you're just going to come, you're going to shoot, and there'll be a little bit more privacy there.
Yeah, I love that. And it's just simple. Come in on Thursday, we go shoot on Friday, do some shopping around 12 South. Friday evening, we're at White Limousine. Then Saturday, House of Adora. Saturday evening, Casa Rosa, Broadway. And then we say goodbye on Sunday.
Yeah, and one other thing, we're also including video is going to be included, and also candid images. So if everybody's hanging out, laughing, and either of us pick up the camera and we're taking pictures, those are all going to be, like, your memories are going to be there. Like when you go to zip lining, they're like, would you like to buy this CD for $100 or something? Like that part is going to be included. So all the specialty luxury edited images, those are going to be additional. Everybody can have a sit down sale session with me afterwards, but it's just going to be art, amazing energy, amazing photographer talent, and I'm just really excited.
It's going to be so awesome. And I think that one of the big things that I think is important is, like, why should a person come to a shootout like this? And it's because, like you said before, this is the only time that all of these people are going to be in the same place.
Correct.
And the magic will be made there. And it's also a situation where it's like you're pushing your limits. Yep. You're giving yourself a gift. You're doing something for yourself for once. You're pouring back into your cup. A lot of my clients specifically that I'm thinking about are hardcore, and yours as well. They're hardcore boss ass bitches, and like they run their shit, and they're amazing, and they typically constantly are filling other people's cups. Like
it's like, it's my turn.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's just a huge thing. It's in that way you don't have to take that much time away from the things that you need to do, but it also gives you a little bit of a break to give yourself something special for once.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the other places that we go, and it's an addiction, so get ready.
It is, and it's something that you and I we really care about, empowering women, and I think that this is just something.
Yeah, I like the aspect of creating a safe space for people to express themselves in any capacity of their comfort zone, and I don't yuck anybody's yum, and there's no judgment. It's more of a hype girls squad and you have cheerleaders backing you up and you just feel amazing.
Yeah, I'm here for it. If you're interested in coming, we still have some spaces available as of right now. I will link the details below if you're interested in coming to our Nashville Western Siren Shootout. It's going to be March the 13th through the 16th.
Correct.
Sorry.
Thursday to Sunday.
Thursday to Sunday. And we're going to be in Nashville. The package includes 2 photo shoots, your stay, a welcome dinner, and then images packages are sold separately, but all of your candids and memories are included.
A farewell dinner, not a welcome dinner.
Oh, we're doing farewell, not welcome?
Yeah.
Okay.
The end.
Just kidding. Farewell dinner is included.
Yep.
And
like a
bon voyage.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if you're interested in joining it, then I'll link it below. You can also check us out on social media. I'm at Lenore Photo, and
I am shadow banned, so you have to put all of the information on. It's Ashley, ASHLEY _ Klemm, KLEM _ boudoirs. And yes, you have to type in all the letters there.
You do. As of right now, like I said, we've got a few things available. We're also accepting some sponsorship opportunities. So if you're listening and you've got some kind of connection with a charity that is in alignment with what we're doing, whether it's a body positivity, there's one charity, it's called the Body Positive, that I was looking at that would be really cool to work with. Just let us know, because we really love to just create this space to support one another and just really create these lasting memories that make you feel empowered and make you feel good about being who you are.
So I dare you in 2025. Is it 25 or 25?
Yeah, it's 25.
Damn. I'm like,
2025.
What year am I in?
It's January 22nd, 2025.
Oh my God. Okay. Push yourself. Do something that scares you, because that's when growth happens.
Facts. Yeah. Get out of your comfort zone and do something that makes you vulnerable.
Don't stay there, because
please get out.
Yeah, you'll get comfortable, and then you just won't feel like you're living your best life.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, and understanding that, like, what's that saying? It's no mud, no lotus.
Yeah, and we want to hang out with you. We want to get to know you.
Hang out with us. Please hang out with us. We really want to take your photos.
Yeah.
And think that you're, like, we will make you feel good. I promise. But thanks for tuning in to Uncoiled. I've really appreciated sitting here with Ashley Klemm, my photographer bestie.
She's my wifey for the week.
She's fed me so much. She's made me breakfast and coffee, and I'm like,
your coffee's ready, honey.
I feel like I'm always blessed.
And I never thought she'd come here, and it's -9 degrees. I'm like, ooh. But she's here.
But I love you.
Yes, I'm like, oh, this is love.
Like, this is real. This is real. But thanks for tuning in, guys. And tune in next week for another episode of Uncoiled. And like I said, if you're interested in joining our Western Siren Nashville Shootout, then I will link below how you can get some more information on that, as well as Ashley's socials and my socials and all of that too. So we can't wait to see you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
We did a good job. Clap. Seriously, clap. Like, actually.
You gotta do it by the microphone.